Would you stop knocking my camera and microphone out of the positions, please? You cat. You cat bastard. Tail. Cat tail. Tail of a cat. A cat has wandered onto the battlefield. A cat cannot fight in such conditions. What up, you fluffy bastards? My name is Liquid Blitz, and welcome to the first in a line of superclass videos. Now, these videos are all going to be one class each, and they're all going to be specific sort of class loadouts, which I find really fun to use, and I want you to have a go and sort of report back and tell me what you think. The first one, this video, is I've aptly named it Deathwing, and you will see why soon. This Deathwing class it uses the assault class. Now, I don't want you to in any way sort of think that I'm saying this is the best assault class, or even that the weapon that I'm using is the best assault weapon. This is just a specific loadout which I've found really fun. In fact, it's actually possible that I've had more fun with this class than any other class, and higher scores than any other class. The scores I've got with this class are immense. First of all, I'm going to take a very quick look at the actual class setup, but then, that's going to be very quick, and then I'm going to switch the background to gameplay and talk about, first of all, all the strengths of this class, and there are many strengths, and then lastly, I'm going to cover some sort of general tips and key sort of advice for using this class. But first, I need my miracle juice! Right, anyway, here's the class itself, and I'm going to keep this nice and quick. Deathwing class. Oh yeah. Right, primary weapon, the Automatico Trench. Yes, that's right, the Automatico Trench, possibly one of my favourite weapons in the game. On this, you want a peep sight. This doesn't really matter, but just if you want to copy my exact loadout, here it is. Peep sight, just because. 1.25 magnification. I don't want like none, and I don't want too much. No bayonet, because I don't need one. You don't need one on this class. Visuals, doesn't matter. Recoil direction centered. Standard shit. Now sidearm. Now, on this, I've got the 1903 hammerless. Now, the reason I've gone for this, and the reason I go for all of my pistol, my reasoning behind pistols, is that I prefer to have higher control, faster fire rate and higher control, and less damage, because I like to spam my pistols really fast. Now, there ain't nothing better than a 1903 hammerless for the assault. I mean, some come close. I think you see the stats-wise, the is that the MLE? Yeah, MLE 1903. That comes very close, as does the C93. But I like lots of control, and that has the fastest fire rate of all the pistols, I believe. Joint with the Colibri, which I haven't even unlocked yet. But yeah, that's my choice of pistol, and the sight for that is just 1.25 as well. I'm a fan of 1.25 with the Capone visual. Anyway, next. Anti-tank grenade. I'm not going to go into detail about these. I'll talk about these later. Anti-tank grenade. Second, AT rocket gun. Third, gas grenade is my choice, but as I'll talk about in a few minutes, this class is either the gas grenade or the smoke grenade. If you're one of those people that hates gas grenades, and I feel you, brother, sort of. Well, no, I don't. I like using gas grenades, but I know there's a lot of people that don't like using gas grenades. So if you don't like gas grenades, they annoy you for whatever reason, then go with the smoke. They both work, and I'll explain why soon. And then lastly, hatchet. Now, if you don't know why I choose hatchet, then go watch my all melee weapons explained video, and that explains why I use the hatchet. So that's the class. I'm going to switch to gameplay now, just for something more interesting to look at, and I'm going to cover all the strengths and shit. Oh yeah. Sorry, I can't continue because my cat is making some sort of formal protest behind the camera. What? What do you want? What? I'm trying to record a video here, man. Anyway, let's take a look at the strengths, and they are many in number. Firstly, and this can't be overstated, it's hyper effective against both infantry and vehicles, which is an awesome thing. And speaking of infantry, it's designed primarily to be a close quarters class. Now, the fact that it's sort of a lightweight, hip-firing SMG, plus the fact that it's always, you're aiming for close quarters combat, makes this one of the fastest sort of run-and-gun classes that you can play as. It's awesome fun. And having sort of a generally fast-paced nature to the class, if you throw in sort of smart and decent squad play and you go for your objectives, you can reach massive scores. And I'm talking, I've come top of the leaderboard purely because of this class several times. And I have supreme confidence that you will too. Now, when it comes to the primary weapon itself, it shoots so damn fast. It's the fastest firing weapon, I think, except one of the elite classes, but they don't count. So this is the fastest gun in my opinion, the fastest standard weapon. And it's so fast that you can literally shred easily 2 to 3 enemies with one single clip. Now, when it comes to vehicles, this class can take out any single tank. To the best of my knowledge, I mean, you get the 2 anti-tank grenades and the 4 rockets. That's enough to take out any armoured vehicle, to the best of my knowledge. Not only that, but it can one-shot planes. Now, that's to most people, that's going to sound like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's surprisingly easy. When low-flying planes go overhead, it's actually not that hard to time it correctly and shoot down a plane. It's surprisingly easy, and it's one of the most fun things you can do in this game, so give that a go. And on top of that, in terms of vehicles, I wouldn't count a horse as a vehicle, but it's, in my opinion, it's the best class for killing horses because of the AT rocket. And I suppose, I've never actually done this, but I suppose the anti-tank grenade, a well-timed anti-tank grenade would insta-kill a horse, I imagine. Now, those are all the strengths I can think of, but I've probably missed a couple of really important points. But those are some good strengths right there. Anyway, let's move on to sort of tips for playing this specific class. The first tip I've got is sort of like, it's kind of the main one, and it's to sort of stay close to cover or sort of basically keep yourself to close quarters fighting only, because this is sort of like, it's maximizing the strengths of this class and minimizing the weaknesses, and if you do that, you're going to get some mighty impressive scores, seriously. And sort of walking hand in hand with that, in fact, it's the same tip, it's just avoid large open areas, like, and sort of long streets. I can't remember the name of the map in the town, but long open streets and sort of, or perhaps even long corridors if it's long enough. Because if there's someone with a ranged weapon, or like a Mondragon sniper or whatever, they'll just mow you down. So avoid open areas. That being said, if you do, there are some maps where you have no choice but to be outside in a large open area. Now, if you do find yourself having to go out of cover, or you're just in an open field or whatever, this is where the grenades come in handy. And this is an important point. Use the gas or smoke grenades if you're like, as I said before, if you find gas grenades annoying and you prefer smokes, use them for cover from ranged weapons. Like if you have to go out of cover into an open area, before you have to get to more cover, then throw a smoke grenade down and you're completely sorted from snipers and long and even medium ranged weapons. Throw a smoke grenade down, cover yourself and get to more cover. Again, utilizing the strengths of this class. Now, as I alluded to in the strengths, if you play the objectives, you'll get huge scores. Now, hand in hand with that is, again, using grenades effectively at objectives. Now, I'm not saying, before you get all mad, I'm not saying throw gas grenades down all over the objective and put on a gas mask, because it will upset your teammates and so on. I'm saying use gas or smoke effectively, sort of like around the borders of, like, if you're playing Conquest, the flag. Let's just say you're playing Conquest. Throw sort of like gas down at the entrances to the flag area, or if it's an outside flag area, just throw it where you think the enemy is most likely to come. Don't throw it down at the flag. Use it sort of like cleverly. And if it's like, as I say, if it's like an open flag area, smoke grenades, possibly, but even better than gas grenades, force people to come close range, which plays right into your wheelhouse. Like, it plays right into your hands because it's forcing them to go close quarters where you will rip the shit out of them. So yeah, that point is actually quite important. Use your grenades to sort of like block enemies' advances so you can capture flags or defend them and so on. Now the next point is sort of like, it sort of goes without saying, but this class, this is what I do, and I recommend you do with this class, is I hip fire literally 95% of the time. I barely aim with this, and when I do aim, it's to have a few sort of crack pot shots at long distance targets, even though it's a trench SMG. You know, every now and then there's a guy in the distance you want to take a pop at, but 95% of the time I'm hip firing. Even at sort of like approaching medium range, it's surprisingly effective. It shoots that damn fast. And the last point I'll make, there's probably a lot of other points to make, but I can't think of any right now. But the last point I will make is try your best to avoid reloading while you're sort of moving forward in general, or sort of like moving around corners, because there have been so many times where I'm on a roll, I'm getting kill after kill after kill, literally sort of on the best of rolls, and then I'll be reloading whilst continuing to move forward, like advancing towards the enemy. And as I'm reloading, I walk around a corner and there's an enemy. who insta kills me because I'm reloading. It's like getting caught with your pants down. It's useless. So try. It's a hard habit to break as well. I will say that. I mean, I've got into the habit of it's hard, a very hard habit to break if you sort of run around like a crazy bastard like me. But that's pretty much it I've got for this class. I hope now you can sort of see why I call this class Deathwing. It's designed to be a very fast run and gun, shred people to bits class. And I thought the name Deathwing would be suitable because it brings a lot of death, number one, and wings. It brings the death very, very fast. So I hope you like this class, and I recommend you give it a go. It's awesome fun. Anyway, like this video if you liked it, like this video if you didn't like it, and join me in my next Superclass video. I know what my next Superclass video is going to be, and how should I sort of describe it? I'm going to call it like, I won't give it away, but I'm going to call it like a 10,000 bullet rain of sort of sniper accurate hellfire. That's my description. So join me then. Oh, fucking hell! Right, seriously. And it's my fears. There's something that likes flying into me. Some sort of soul of the dead. Oh. What in the shit is that?